Yo, what is up, guys? It's Pedro here. So just a quick day 2 update from the Washington Commanders free agency. They lost Cornelius Lucas, Jonathan Allen going to the Minnesota Vikings, and some other news on some Commanders that signed. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe. Hit that like button and notification bell as well. Trying to hit 16K subscribers. If you guys subscribe, did all that good stuff, go ahead and comment down below. Done, and hail to the Commanders. So let's get right into it. We talked about Will Harris. That was a separate video. They signed him to a 2-year deal. $8 million is the base or whatever, up to $10 million. I like the signing more than others. I really do. Hard hitter and positional versatility. Similar player to Jeremy Chin, just less production. And, Jeremy Chin's played better over more years. But, Will Harris has some potential. They got some ties there. We'll talk about that later. Jeremy McNichols, they re-signed him to a 1-year deal. I don't think the terms have been released yet, but that should be a close to minimum deal. He was good for the Commanders last year, a good special teams player, and if needed, he can return kicks and get some carries for you, and is a good pass catcher at times. So that is the re-signing of the day. Cornelius Lucas, solid swing tackle for the Commanders and Washington football team over the last few seasons. He signed under the Ron Rivera era, the first year, I believe, first off season. And honestly, nothing but good things from Cornelius Lucas. No drama with him, and constantly 1-year deal. Maybe the first deal was a 2-year deal, but every deal after that was a 1-year deal, I believe. And he's done pretty well. He's a good backup tackle. He's not a starter, but he can come in and start at times if you need him to, if your tackle's down. He's done that every single season for the Commanders. So if you're a Browns fan, I wouldn't necessarily want him to start, but as a third tackle, I think he's one of the better tackles in the league. Third tackle wise, he's a good swing tackle. He's 6'8", I think 6'7", 6'8", 300-something pounds. I mean, over 330. Seems like a good guy. And like I said, he is pretty consistent. Doesn't get hurt too much. And is solid. Not a ton of penalties, and is, decent. And for a third tackle, and they paid him, 2 years, $10 million. I think that's a good deal. Would have maybe liked to have him back, and it is what it is, though. They have Laremy Tunsil. So Laremy Tunsil, Brandon Coleman, and Andrew Wiley are the tackles. And maybe they put Coleman inside, maybe they have him at guard, but you always have that flexibility with Coleman to play him outside. And also, you have Wiley who can play outside and inside. And then after that, I'm trying to think. Trent Scott's a guy maybe they want to re-sign, get him on the roster so they have a fourth tackle there, or third tackle, depending on what they think about Coleman/Wiley. After that, Jonathan Allen signed a 3-year deal worth up to $60 million. So more than I thought he would get, to be honest, for sure. I'm sorry, just moving the camera a little bit here. More than I thought he would get, but, happy for him going to the Vikings, who made a bunch of deals today, signed Javon Hargrave as well. Solid move for them with the Allen signing. I don't know how much of that money is guaranteed. I don't know what the deal really looks like, because again, when they send it to the agent, you really don't know. Or when they send it when the agent sends it to the media and the reporters, it's inflated a little bit. They're not going to show the loopholes and other stuff that makes it look a little bit worse for the player. But happy for Jonathan Allen. Would have honestly not minded him staying here, but they got Javon Kinlaw, 3-year, $45 million deal. I will be making a video probably in the next day or so, maybe tomorrow, kind of breaking down that deal, how it looks year by year. First couple years are a little bit lower. I'll say that before I actually make the video. But year 2 and year 3 are definitely a lot higher. Actually, I said year 1 and 2 are lower. It's really year 1 that's lower, a lot lower than the other years. But the cap's going to continue to go up, and Hargrave's an ascending player, but he definitely hasn't played to the level of $15 million a year. But Adam Peters clearly thinks he will, so I'm going to trust him on that. I'm trying to think anything else. Like I said, Jeremy McNichols re-signed. That's a solid move. I don't know if he's going to make the roster. I believe they tendered Chris Rodriguez as well, so that's another move. They have those two guys. They have Brian Robinson. They have Austin Eckler. So they got 4 running backs. of those guys, and I think they're going to draft another guy, and one of those guys, Rodriguez, Robinson, or McNichols, one of them probably won't make the roster. Won't be surprised at all if that happens. But yeah, some other top names got signed. Javon Holland, who I made a video about, he got signed to the Giants. Said he wanted to win, went to the Giants. Interesting decision there. Justin Reed, another safety option. He's off the board. Azeez Ojulari, who I want as an edge rusher, he's still on the board. So that's a guy I would definitely consider signing if I'm the Commanders. And those are the main guys. Some offensive linemen went off the board, but I think the Commanders right now are fine there. Some running backs, Najee Harris, but I think for the most part, they're straight on the offensive side of the ball. It's more on defense, getting an edge rusher and maybe a cornerback, like a slot guy. Maybe they bring back Noah Igbenogany. And I think bringing in, I know I said they're straight on offense, like they're good on offense, but I would probably bring in another veteran receiver too. Doesn't have to be a big name at all, but like a mid-tier wide receiver 3, maybe bring back some of the other guys like Noah Brown, stuff like that. But that is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button, subscribe if you guys new, and peace.